We have some really sad news to talk about today from the world of baseball. We're taking a moment to remember and celebrate a true icon, Garret Anderson. His impact on the Angels franchise, well, it's hard to even put into words. He wasn't just another great player. He was the quiet soul of a championship team.
You know, you can really feel the weight of this loss in these words from the Angels owner, Arte Moreno. He doesn't just say, great player. He uses the words, beloved icon. And that one phrase, man, that tells you everything you need to know about what Garret Anderson meant to this team and its fans.
And that's really the perfect way to describe him, the stoic cornerstone. He wasn't the loudest guy in the room. He was the steady, consistent leader who just showed up every single day and defined an entire generation of Angels baseball. So let's dive into the career that made him such a legend. It's really a story about loyalty, about consistency, and in the end, about winning it all. I mean, just look at this journey with the team. He starts out as a fourth-round pick back in 1990, not exactly a sure thing. And he grinds his way up, makes his debut, and then becomes a World Series champion and an All-Star Game MVP. He literally grew up and became a baseball legend, all within that one organization. And this right here is something you just don't see anymore. 15 of his 17 seasons in the big leagues were with one team. In an era where guys are bouncing around constantly, that level of loyalty is almost unbelievable. It really speaks to his character. For a whole generation of fans, he wasn't just on the Angels, he was the Angels. And in 2002, all that loyalty, all that hard work, it paid off in the biggest way imaginable. That season wasn't just a great year for Garret Anderson. It was the year he helped carry his team to baseball immortality. And you got to remember, this wasn't some powerhouse team that was expected to win. Nope, they were a wild card team. And Anderson, he was the engine, driving in a ridiculous 123 runs that year. They get to the World Series, they're facing Barry Bonds and the Giants, and they find themselves down 3-2. I mean, the odds were completely and totally stacked against them.
And it all came down to this: Game 7. The two best words in sports, right? For a franchise that had never, ever won a championship, this was everything. Can you even imagine the pressure in that stadium?
And this is the moment. This is where legends are born. It's the third inning of Game 7. Bases loaded. The whole season is on the line. And Garret Anderson steps up and just rips a double that clears the bases. 3 runs score. That one swing of the bat broke the tie and ultimately won the Angels their first and only World Series title. Just absolutely iconic.
But here's the thing. His incredible career wasn't just about one single hit, as amazing as it was. It was about 15 years of just being excellent, day in and day out. And the proof? It's all over the Angels record books. Okay, just let these numbers sink in for a second. Games played, hits, doubles, RBIs, total bases. He's number 1. Not top 5, not top 3. Number 1. Statistically, you're looking at the most productive offensive player in the entire history of the franchise. Period. And even in the couple of categories where he isn't the all-time leader, look where he is. 3rd all-time in home runs, 2nd in runs scored. He's on the Mount Rushmore of Angels baseball, and there's just no debating that. And his greatness? It was recognized way outside of just Anaheim. He was a 3-time All-Star, and in 2003, he basically owned the All-Star Week. He won the Home Run Derby, and then he went and won the MVP of the actual All-Star game. For that one week, you could say he was the king of the baseball world.
So when you put all of this together, the stats, the clutch moments, the championship, it all builds this incredible legacy he leaves behind. And it's a legacy that's about so much more than what he did on the field.
And you can see how much he's cherished. The team is honoring his memory in such a fitting way, wearing a memorial patch on their jerseys for the rest of the season. So every time they take the field, a piece of his legacy is right there with them. And of course, the most important legacy of all is his family. He's survived by his wife, Teresa, his 2 daughters, Brianne and Bailey, and his son, Garret III. A champion on the field, but a husband and a father first and foremost. It really makes you think, doesn't it? How do we measure what makes a player truly great? Is it the records, the championships, or is it that quiet, unwavering loyalty to one team, one city, and the people whose lives you touch along the way? When you look at the life and career of Garret Anderson, you realize the answer isn't one or the other. It's all of it. He was and he will always be a true Angel.